there's a story you told me a couple of years ago of you getting to know a sister for marriage.
Okay, yeah.
And you getting rejected.
Yeah. I might have told you that in private. No, I'm joking.
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you know what?
Yeah,
like, I think it's just a reality. I'm not one of them people that I like to over complain and go this, because I feel like everyone's a victim of something, innit? So like, let's say for example,
are you cool to talk about it though?
Yeah. Let's say for example, this boy is a drug dealer.
Yeah.
You introduce me to him. I'm not just gonna diss him and say, why are you selling, you shouldn't be selling drugs.
Yeah.
I'm gonna see what is his life like how was he raised, like what was his environment, and there's things that led him to that. So some families, we got to understand, we're like second generation of like that. A lot of the parents were raised back home, so in the household the first language is the back home language. And the mum speaks a certain way, and the culture's very much. So us as the younger generation, we went to school here, so we mix with I sit next to a girl from India.
Yeah, we're used to all of that.
This guy, my friend in class from Turkey, he's Indian, so we're used to mixing. The parents are not used to mixing. So when I am a bit understanding that when the daughter comes home and says, I want to marry this guy and he's black, the first thing the parents are thinking is, what? Like, I can't even understand him and speak to him around the language barriers and the culture differences and everything. However, I think there's a line where I had someone say to me I feel sick. Like the reaction was they feel sick because of my color, and when told that, no, that's a bit racist. You can't say you feel sick. What? Because he's black.
So they said that.
Yeah, and it's I'm not being racist. I'm saying, don't you want to have good looking children? And it's that for me is wow. And then it's I know some people who are married to different races where the parents, the in-laws, refuse to see the grandchildren because they're mixed with black or something. And I think this is innocent children.
You know, a lot of people also feel like it doesn't exist.
No, racism is real. It's one of but there's a lot of issues. There's a lot of issues that are very real, very major, and they just get brushed under the table. We're not gonna. Racism is real. There's a lot of child abuse and all that. There's a lot of things happening that we're not really focusing on and dealing with. And
Do you think there will ever be the racism gone? Do you think racism will ever?
It could, because soon we become the parents now, and then our children become the parents. And there's a lot more mixture now. So for us here in the West, I think it can be. It will get better.
I think it's an issue of, as you mentioned, of being something deep rooted. Like, for example, us growing up. You mentioned growing up here. You got an Indian girl sitting next to you. You got a Chinese guy in your class. You got this. I had that growing up. Even when I went to Islamic schools, I had that. There's a whole lot of multiculturalism in our society. So with me, when I grew of age and I wanted to get married, I didn't mind marrying anyone from any race. Like, for me, it was not a problem at all. And I'm not saying that, I don't know, I was a bit unsure about it. I did not care what race I married. Literally, it was not a thing for me. Even, alhamdulillah, my parents, they were very understanding in that. And that's because of their own reasons, But I feel like with marriage specifically, how do people deal with that? Like, how did you deal with that?
No, I felt like I went through a stage where I'm only human, and I felt like a lot of rejection, sometimes it makes you rebel. So for me, I went through a stage where I felt like just naturally, and I'm not saying it's a good thing, or it's right, or maybe I was wrong to be like this, but I felt like I'm giving everything. I'm doing so much. Like, I'm coming to this event for you, and this woman could ask me to come to Manchester to talk to her son, and I'll go and I'll do all of this for you guys. But I can't. No, I don't want to. And I felt like, not just in that, like with work, I'm putting in all this work, but I'm not getting nothing in return. And maybe this was because Iman goes up and down. So maybe I was at a lower state at this stage, where it was I remember just thinking, no one ain't doing nothing for me. It might have been shaitan in my ears, but this is life. This is what happens. And I felt like, where's the work? Like, why aren't none of the Islamic organizations hiring me? You're booking me to come to your event, giving me a small fee.
Yeah.
But then when it's time to do work, you raise loads of money. These organizations, today we raised 1 million. Today we raised 700,000. Everyone's like, Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar. So I'm thinking, all right, you raised £700,000. Then I'm at this event the next day. We raised 500,000. Allahu Akbar. And I'm like, they're like, thank you, Belal. You done so well at the event. I was used to attract people and come. Then I'm like, all right, so now we got all this money. Can someone give me a job? Like, I help to like, come and give me a job. Like, just a little salary to work. I don't hear from no one. I don't hear from no one when I'm coming. And when it's time to get married, I can't say, yeah, but I might not have loads of money, but I like, you know, like I've done all this work and I'm like, you know, I'm praying, and they don't want to hear that.
Yeah.
They talk about wealth and money. Like, where are you going to live? Where are we going to live if you get married to my daughter? How are you going to provide for her? How are you going to this? How are you going to that? So I just started feeling like, do you know what? I just started rebelling. And then when you hear racism, rejection, it's like, someone said to me once, like, why don't you know there's no Muslims in Jamaica? And I was like, bro, do you know what? Cool. I'm going to do my culture then.
So, wait. So,
yeah. Someone said that to me once. What, there's no Muslims in Jamaica?
Regarding marriage?
Yeah. So I said, all right, cool.